For many people, it's common to feel confused or intimidated when thinking about the government and legislation. And for that reason, many people worry about laws and legislation only after they've been passed or implemented, rather than trying to make a change beforehand. When you hear government relations, you may immediately begin to think about lobbying. And although lobbying plays a part in government relations, the two are not synonymous. Government relations is an aspect of public relations that deals with how an organization interacts with governmental publics, such as governmental regulators and lawmakers. Government relations relies heavily on communicating about regulatory issues, one-on-one conversations with government representatives, and lobbying efforts on behalf of a group or organization. An effective government relations plan can help build impactful relationships and foster advocacy opportunities. The government has a large impact on the way business is conducted, so much so that a large percentage of organizations have established their own government relations branch. The main job of this branch is to educate the legislators about what your client does and what they need, and to also educate the client about legislation that may affect their business. From there, it's about building relationships and advocating on behalf of the clients. To succeed within government relations, your organization's priorities must match those of the government. Common ground will go a long way in building your relationships. You should also be focusing on heavily on solutions. What can be done to fix the problem? It's important to frame your concerns and how you plan to fix them in a way that people can understand without specialized knowledge. Always continue to strengthen your relationships with the government. It isn't enough to simply get officials to know who you are. You need to make yourself useful to them. Always do what you can to advance the relationship. Forming coalitions to strengthen your efforts is also a step in the right direction. Know which organizations are going to oppose you. These are the groups that you're either going to need to get on your side or to neutralize. You should always be building relationships outside of the government. Raising your profile is a crucial part of any government relations strategy. Walmart is a company that exemplifies best practices when it comes to government relations. Rather than being reactive and waiting for a need to speak with elected officials, Walmart wanted to be proactive. When they implement change that has an impact on a particular community, such as opening a new store, Walmart wanted legislators who work in the district to be aware of their activity and to have access to all relevant information. Walmart believed that by being in constant communication with legislators, they would remain front of mind and would build relationships beyond just requesting particular action on legislation. The government relations team at Walmart knew the importance of consistent communication, and as a result, they revisited the government relations plan to find a way to more effectively communicate with all government officials. Walmart invested in a new database that would not only allow them to foster their relationships with elected officials, but to also identify their strongest relationships, weak relationships, and communicate their impact to a wider Walmart organization. It's clear from this new proactive strategy that Walmart holds government relations to be a top priority. Although they were already in contact with government officials, by taking the time to reevaluate their process and see how they can make it more efficient, Walmart was able to achieve a more constant and meaningful communication with government officials.